On Saturday, July 25, 2009, during the Q2 qualifying session of the Hungarian Grand Prix, Brazilian driver Felipe Massa was struck in the head by a high-speed object. Despite the gravity of the impact and the severity of the injuries sustained, Felipe Massa managed to survive a potentially fatal crash, a fact that would drive an unprecedented evolution in Formula One safety technology. But to fully understand how the events unfolded and identify the factors involved, we have carried out a detailed technical analysis to examine the elements at play and determine the causes that led to the accident. Felipe Massa's accident occurred during the Hungarian Grand Prix, a race held at the Hungaroring circuit. This track was characterized by a low average speed layout, with a predominance of linked corners and short straights. As a result, the cars were required to maintain high levels of aerodynamic downforce at all times and operate within narrow margins of mechanical stability. With these characteristics, the maximum speeds reached during the qualifying session were around 260 km per hour on the main straight. The car Massa was driving was a Ferrari F60, a single-seater with a monocoque chassis made entirely of carbon fiber and designed to channel loads toward programmed deformation zones, preventing part of that energy intrusion into the cockpit during severe impacts and high-speed racing accidents. The Ferrari F60 featured a 2.4-liter naturally aspirated V8 engine, which developed about 750 horsepower, and pioneeringly housed the Kerr's kinetic energy recovery system, which stored braking energy to offer the driver an extra injection of 80 additional HP, but only for a maximum of 6.6 seconds per lap under race conditions. The cockpit of the F60 was made up of a survival cell, which integrated a rigid seat anatomically adapted to the driver, and a restraint system using a 6-point harness. The set was completed with a removable steering wheel equipped with latest generation electronic controls and displays. The single-seater involved in the origin of the detached element was the BGP-001 of the Brawn GP team, a vehicle equipped with a pushrod-type suspension system on the rear axle, composed of internal elastic elements, hydraulic dampers, and a set of helical springs, in charge of managing the transfer of vertical loads during competition. During the Q2 qualifying session of the Grand Prix, there occurred the sudden, unexpected release of a rear suspension spring, probably caused by a fatal failure in the damping assembly retention system, or by an explosive structural release under conditions of maximum, extreme dynamic loads. Once the spring completely detached from the suspension assembly, the component retained an extremely high speed and critical kinetic energy levels during the seconds that its erratic displacement lasted, becoming a highly dangerous projectile. Felipe's vehicle was traveling at that very moment on a flying lap during the qualifying session. The speed of the single-seater was approximately 260 km per hour, which heavily reduced the maneuvering capacity before unforeseen external elements on the line. The convergence point between the spring and the single-seater occurred in a high-speed area of the circuit, where the exact trajectory of the car remained entirely stable and without any sudden changes in its steering direction. The kinetic energy of the spring at the exact moment of collision was 4 times greater than that of a 9mm projectile, a magnitude that puts into true perspective the extreme violence of the energy transfer upon the helmet. The impact occurred in the upper left area of the driver's helmet, just above the visor, with a very reduced interaction surface and in an extremely short contact time, applying a highly concentrated momentum transfer in a completely limited, specific area of the helmet's main, specialized structural safety protection system. The helmet absorbed part of the energy through the progressive deformation of its structural layers, although the residual energy transmitted into the skull was sufficient to exceed the biomechanical tolerance limits of the bone tissue in the affected region. At the very instant of the impact, the driver completely lost control of the single-seater, while the vehicle continued in a straight line, leaving the racing line before heading towards the circuit's runoff area at high speed. From the structural point of view, the helmet's protection system significantly reduced the probability of an immediate fatal injury by preventing the penetration of the object and partially distributing the load over the outer structure. However, the remaining energy transmission produced a cranial fracture in the left frontal region, along with a periorbital injury and a severe cerebral concussion. After the accident occurred, the driver was transferred to a hospital center in Budapest, where a surgical intervention was performed to reduce intracranial pressure and try to stabilize the skull fracture, keeping him in an induced coma and monitoring him neurologically throughout the entire hospitalization period. Fortunately, Felipe Massa recovered from the accident, and just over 6 months later he was completely able to drive again in a Grand Prix. Following Felipe Massa's accident in Hungary, and the subsequent investigation carried out by the FIA, helmet manufacturing standards were revised, and impact resistance to small objects at high speed was significantly improved. In addition, research on head protection against detached debris was reinforced, a line of work that years later would contribute to measures such as the development of the halo and the increase of even more demanding helmet standards. If you like our content and want to support the channel, we would greatly appreciate it if you subscribed and left us a like, as your support is what allows us to keep working and create this type of analysis and reconstructions. Thank you very much for watching. Feel free to leave your thoughts in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video.